Pakistan cricket at its best. 1 minute down, next minute up.
To be joined today by Luke Wood, Lancashire England pace bowler, one of the most sought after cricketers in the world when it comes to T20 franchise cricket. As I say, popular pick in T20 franchises. And earlier this year, he had a fantastic season at Peshawar Zalmi at the PSL. Thanks very much for joining me, Luke.
No, pleasure. Nice to be on.
Luke, how's the season gone so far at Lancashire?
No, it's been good. We obviously Lancashire as a whole, we struggled. I think the first couple of months I was obviously away for it, but it seemed like a bit of a tough time for the lads. Whereas now, I don't know. It seems like we've sort of hit a turning point, and don't know if that's the T20s coming around or what, but no, lads seem in pretty good spirits all round, and the results kind of match that, whether that be 4 days or sort of the T20s.
And you've got this young lad coming through called James Anderson as well in the T20 format. He looks pretty good for the future, doesn't he, in T20s?
I don't know when Jimmy's actually going to stop playing, to be honest. No, he's been great for us, really. Even though I guess he's not played a lot of that cricket for a long time, it's just the experience, and obviously being Jimmy, people still have that fear about him, whatever the format. So no, he's been great. I think he's been good for the lads as well. Just being around a lot. Obviously, we've not seen a lot of Jimmy, obviously since I've been around, sort of the last 6 years. So it's actually really nice to have him around the whole time, and the fact he's contributed in pretty much every game is outstanding, really.
Now, you're born in Yorkshire, you play for Lancashire. That's going to get a bit messy when you play against Yorkshire, isn't it, Luke?
Well, it's my dad sort of said it for years, because obviously a lot of my family's all Yorkshire based. So I played for Notts and Lancs and not the one in between. So, but no, it's just one of them. I try and keep that under wraps for this Roses game. Just leave the Yorkshire side of me out of it.
And I mentioned in the introduction about you playing in the Pakistan Super League earlier this year. How's that? I mean, what's the standard of cricket like in the PSL?
That's good. I think I said to you last year that I really enjoyed the cricket and how competitive it is. I think obviously conditions are different everywhere you go, but I feel like the pitches there predominantly suit batting. I don't know if this year they were maybe slightly different. I don't think they were quite as flat as they have been in the past in some venues. But no, I think the cricket's really good, and I think you can sort of see. I think you can see this year by the standard of overseas players that were sort of over there. So you had Kane, you had Warner, Darryl, Mitchell, Billings, like to list a few. I think you can see the standard of cricket over there is good. And no, I just think the cricket's really competitive. They have great local players, a lot of fast bowling, a lot of young talent. You can sort of see. It's interesting because you can see it even from year to year. You can see how that sort of young talent progresses, and how they improve. Like Ali Raza, for us, for example, he didn't play much the previous year, but then this year got more of a sort of a main role, and you can see how they sort of develop. But no, I think the standard of cricket is really good, and I think it just shapes. It can shape any individual and any sort of cricketer into different conditions and just improving your game.
You took 11 wickets in 8 matches at a brilliant economy rate of 7.13, Luke, at the PSL. You've obviously got the knack of bowling out there, haven't you?
Yeah, no, I've actually really enjoyed bowling over there. Obviously, my international T20 debut was over there. I don't know, it's just kind of one of them. I've been a few times now. It kind of just feels like quite familiar. And like you've played all the grounds quite a few times before, and I don't know. Me obviously being quite short, it maybe helps me a little bit because it doesn't bounce a lot there anyway. So I don't know. I just find it suits me quite well, and I enjoy the cricket. And luckily enough, I've done well over there. So, but yeah, no, I just enjoy. To be honest, I just enjoy the cricket over there.
you're a bit of a cult hero out there in Pakistan because of your performances in the
Mm.
PSL, Luke. And the Peshawar Zalmi fans are obviously very passionate about their cricket, and they obviously like having you on in their lineup. Being in Pakistan, how was the experience? You've mentioned about playing out there as well, and the fact that you enjoy it.
Yeah, no, I enjoy this sort of experience as a whole. Obviously, having been a few times now, you kind of understand the sort of the culture a bit more. You understand how sort of the whole thing operates. And no, obviously you can't do a lot. Like I said before, can't do a lot outside of the hotel, apart from probably play golf. But they look after us really well. Like they take us for sort of try the local food and different places now and again when we can, and when you get sort of security clearance. And I just find they look after us really well. And even though you can't do a lot, and there's almost not a lot that can be done for you. They kind of sort of, I think, exceed the sort of the bare minimum of what you exceed the bare minimum what they probably can do for you. Because in reality, you're in a hotel, or you play golf, or you play cricket. I mean, there's not much really you can do to look after someone. Whereas I think they actually do the little things really well, and just make you sort of. That's why I've enjoyed playing for sort of Zalmi the last 2 years. Make you feel sort of part of like the family, um, and make it a good experience for everyone.
You mentioned about Ali Raza, and there's another young chap there, Ahmed Daniyal at
Mm.
Peshawar Zalmi, who's now made the Pakistan T20 squad for the upcoming series against Bangladesh. And Pakistan historically has been very proud of producing lots of young fast bowlers. What did you think of the overall standard of pace bowling, and in specifically Ali Raza and Ahmed Daniyal?
I think as a whole, for like competition wise, it's the fast bowling is probably the you argue is probably the main strength of the whole competition. I think everyone has local talent, and then whether you pair it with overseas or not. Obviously, I know some teams go heavy overseas batting because they've got really strong bowling, like Lahore, for example. Um, and you pair it how you want, but the fast bowling talent overall is, I think, it's quite clear there to see um, for anyone watching. And then specifically, sort of on Daniyal and Ali Raza, I think Ali had a great tournament, really. He I just think that like this year especially, he actually bowled a lot of tough overs. Like a lot of the time he bowled back into the power play, sort of after me and Alzari, um, and regularly took wickets. And then I think Babar wasn't shy of chucking the ball in those tough spots, which I think says a lot in itself. Um, like I actually think quite he's quite mature for his age. He's only young. I think he's only 17, so there's a hell of a lot there to work with. And on Daniyal, I think he's probably frustrated in the end because don't think he didn't play regularly. But no, he just shows that he was ready when he got his chance to play, and obviously he can bat as well. So with him, it's not just his bowling. So I know he bowled. I can't remember what game it was. He bowled really well in. And he got fourth or something like that. I can't. It might have been Multan. I can't remember. Um, but no, I think he just showcased his skills really well, and I'm really pleased for him that he's sort of got his Pakistan call up. And same with the guys before. There seems to be a lot of players coming out of the Zalmi squad that have actually sort of got that recognition. And although we didn't obviously see it in the sort of the table reflections towards sort of the back end of the PSL, we didn't obviously qualify. It's nice to see that the lads who are talented and doing well are getting that recognition.
You mentioned about Babar Azam there. Every move and everything he says, everything he does is scrutinised by Pakistani cricket fans. And if he doesn't score 50 runs in an innings, Luke, he's flopped, hasn't he? What was it like playing alongside him and under his captaincy as well?
I mean, he's a great man. He he's a good leader. I don't have any bad words to say about him. I know he gets scrutinised a lot for his runs and X, Y, and Z, but no, he's like anyone. He tries his best whenever he goes out on the pitch. He doesn't mean to fail. And yeah, he might have been a bit shy of runs, but still doesn't stop him caring about the team, and it doesn't stop sort of his love for the game. I got to play with him now for a couple of years, and I think everyone respects him really well, and everyone sort of you can see when people are struggling, you can see when people aren't. But no, I really like playing under him, and No, yeah, it's a good experience.
Pakistan has high hopes for Saim Ayub, the young opening batter. And what was it like being in the dressing room with him and watching him bat and some of those ridiculous shots he plays?
Yeah, I think everyone was quite hopeful after the first, because I think first game he got maybe 60 or something, and he sort of full how Simon would always play. I know he struggled a little bit sort of towards the middle of the competition with runs, but the talent's obviously there to see, and he's only young. I think people do kind of forget that. They get put on sort of the pedestal and earlier when they're maybe 20, and then the expectation. But he's only young. He's got so much time to learn and also keep improving. But the talent he has is quite evident to see compared to a lot of the maybe other opening batters in the competition you've seen. I mean, you can see other lads come through and get runs, but the talent he has is pretty unmatched.
Last two questions, Luke. And the first one is, you see these 6'8" bowlers sweating and, like growling and swearing at the batters, and they're being smashed to all parts of the ground in T20 format, going for 8, 9 and over. And there's you, quiet, just getting on with it, and you've taken 2 for 25 in your 4 overs. What's the secret?
I don't know. I don't know if that favours me, just being, go under the radar a little bit. No, it takes a lot to get me angry. To be fair, no, I don't know. I don't know what it's just. I don't know if it's difference in height or, I guess you got to think. I guess a lot of your bowlers are right arm tall, similar angle. I know people have different actions and whatever, but I don't know. Maybe being a bit shorter, a bit skiddier, less bounce, and I don't know what the secret is, but I just try and sort of use what I have to my advantage, really, rather than because I can't bowl the same as someone who's 6'8". So yeah, I don't know. I just think the pitches over there maybe for that reason particularly suit my bowling, where it does keep a bit low and it maybe skids at you a bit more than you used to. But no, I just enjoy the cricket over there, to be honest.
And finally, Luke, what's on the radar in the coming weeks and months? I know for a T20 franchise player, as I said at the start, you're very popular. It's 365 days a year nowadays, cricket, if you want it, isn't it? So what have
Yeah,
you got coming up?
yeah. You say it's busy. It's so we've got obviously got the rest of the blast to finish, and then hopefully we can qualify sort of home quarter final. That's obviously leads in September. The 100 down at Spirit this year, which is really nice. Different bit of a change. Obviously been at the Rockets for 4 years, so that was a nice. No, I don't know, nice little change just to mix it up, I guess. And then after that, we'll see. It depends on. I think for me, it depends on sort of the next England series and what they decide to do with that. We obviously got ODIs and T20s against South Africa, and there's South Africa those, and there's T20 against Ireland, and then there's a New Zealand series in October, which is ODIs and T20s. So I think depending on that, really, that might see how the squad looks for that. If selected, of course, for that, and then go from there. Obviously, then that leads into the winter, and it's like you said, it doesn't really stop. So I'll find if that all goes to plan, then I'm sure I'll find a break at some point.
Appreciate your time, Luke. Many thanks. Good luck for the future, and good luck for the rest of the season. And a big thank you to all the guys at Lancashire County Cricket Club for organising this interview.
Cool. Thanks very much, mate.
Thank you.